morning, YouTube family. So today, before I kind of wrapped my ideas around exactly what I was going to do in the living room and the dining room, I have a little bit of a confession to make. So since we moved here, I've been hoarding. I know a lot of you know that we only brought a couple of Rubbermaid bins worth of supplies each when we moved from Ontario to Nova Scotia. And I actually only brought 2 Rubbermaid bins, one that had a few keepsakes in it and one that had a few kitchen things in it that I just couldn't leave back in Ontario. And so since we've been living here, things have been arriving that we have been ordering or getting online that were either new or vintage, including rugs for the house and old vintage curtains and just a lot of really neat things. And so I've been hoarding them in the dining room. And our table and chairs arrived, as well as a beautiful cabinet. And I want to show you something that was left in the house here. And so I thought I would show you my dirty secret that I've been keeping in our dining room because we have not been utilizing it as a dining room. So this is sort of the state of what I'm working with, and one of the things that definitely stands out is the repair that needs to be done in this room. So there used to be an old wood stove, so this would be the second large wood stove that would have been in the house and come out front. And the previous owners actually left the top of this old china cabinet, but they did not leave the bottom, so that's unfortunate. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with that. It is not original to the house, but it's just something that they left here. And you can see this is a pile of pillow fills and pillow covers and curtains and covers for some tapestries. And there's some really neat vintage lights down underneath here that are going on either side of my bed in my bedroom. We also have our new dining room table and chairs that's arrived. So it's a beautiful like live edge kind of rough orange tinge colored tabletop, which we absolutely love. And we got fabric chairs. One of the things we wanted was to get really comfortable chairs because we not only play board games and stuff in our dining room, but when you sit for a nice meal, you want to have a really comfy chair. And you can see I have a bunch of just decor knickknacks, curtain rod holders, candles, a few things that I actually brought from Ontario, like some of my favorite artwork from our travels. And you can kind of see just a little bit of everything. These boxes that are under here are actually all of the bamboo blinds that will go into the bonus room. And then this is my new credenza cabinet that will stay here in the dining room. So I'm so excited to be able to fill this with some of my tablewares. And then I have lamps and vases and plant holders and little knickknack accessories we've picked up in Nova Scotia. We have rugs and all these types of baskets and frames and things that need to go where they're going to go in the house. The problem is there's nowhere to put them because the rooms are not ready yet. But because of the world issues, we really were not able to wait to order a few things, or when I do have videos ready for reveals and things, I won't have anything to stage my rooms with. So this is sort of just a mashup. So I hope you can kind of see what's going on and sort of what I'm dealing with. I have a basket here with like some really neat things that we picked up in Nova Scotia when we were visiting. And this neat little seagull on real wood. I have plant stand, hanging plant holders, and light bulbs that go on specific lamps. And these are some light shades. We have so many things in here. Oh, and those are our lawn chairs that we were using when we didn't have any furniture yet when we got here. And hidden behind all of this is another fireplace. So once we do the living room renovation, this fireplace will also be getting a revamp. But because there's all these holes in here where the original, I guess, sort of heating would have kind of gone through, you can see they're above the room here, kind of all over. Those, I can't really do a whole lot in here until our heating and cooling comes next week. So I thought I would show you kind of a sneak peek and what we're looking at. So one of the things that I want to do in this room is that this whole wall here, it's quite tall, the ceilings in here, is going to be an accent wall with that beautiful credenza. And then the table will float in the middle here. And because there's no heating in here, what we've done is just put a rug of any kind on the floor, just an inexpensive rug that we picked up just to add some warmth in here, because we were kind of just going in here. Phil's mom and dad were sleeping in here in a mattress when they visited. And so we have so many things to put away and to bring out. One of the things, this is one of the things I picked up that I really liked when my bathroom is ready here. Everything's so dusty because we've been going through the house, but this beautiful gold little tiered accessory stand that I can put like my lip gloss and just a few little trinkets in. Just a lot of things that are gonna go throughout the house.
You had me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. You can ride all the blue. I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and sit in you. Oh, oh. Call me anytime that you need a friend, and call me anytime when you're at a tight end.
So I mentioned in a previous video that these two tall bookshelves that are on either side of the fireplace here are not going to be staying in the living room. We kind of just put them in here to be able to store a few things, because when we got here, they were one of the first things to arrive and we didn't have anywhere to put any of our belongings. And so right now we're kind of moving everything out of these to be able to put these into the dining room wall, and that large china cabinet that they left behind, we are going to be moving out of the dining room. And then I do have a few baskets and a few live plants that arrived, and the curtains and everything that will go in this living room space in here. And this great round mirror that's going to go in the living room here. I also got this awesome arched light fixture that has sort of a tweed base around it for the shade, which I absolutely love. And then on this wall over here, I plan on hanging some of those photo ledges that we actually saw in the dining room with some black and white photos of the boys on it. So our original plan coming into the house was to wait to order everything we needed for each of the rooms as we went. But when we saw that there was going to be the complete lockdown, we didn't know for how many months this was going to take place, which meant that we were working on rooms to be able to set things up. Not only would we have no furniture or no cabinets or anything to put anything in, but we also would have nothing to use in the house, like kitchen utensils or books or bookshelves or photos for the kids and things that we were really dreaming of having at this house. So we started picking up a few things online. And so I love the aspect of being able to pick up things online vintage, as well as be able to order a few things new, because we can't be going through the vintage shops, antique markets right now. And so I made sure that I was really happy to have brought some of my favorite little vintage things from Ontario, because I just can't get them here yet. So I'm looking forward to that season when we'll be able to go back out and look for some things that are more rare finds than buying new things online. But in the meantime, I have some beautiful vintage rugs here and vintage drapes and vintage bedding and just some gorgeous things that we can add into this house, and a few really fun things ordered, like something we're going to do for the accent wall here in the dining room, which I think is so funny because Philip is going to die when it arrives. I have to get him on camera because it's going to be so funny what we're going to install on this wall. I think you guys are going to think it's quite funny. And in this room, there's also a closet that I could actually put away some of these things in, but there's no shelving in the closet at all, and it all needs to be drywalled and fixed inside because all of the plaster is crumbling. And so I'm not actually able to utilize this as anything else other than a storage room right now. Because the garage and shed is not temperature controlled and there's actually not a door on it right now, I'm not able to move any of this stuff outside, and I don't want any moisture getting on any of the vintage rugs and things that are going to be going in the house that we have here sitting in this room. So my job today is to tackle getting some of this stuff put away somewhere so that we can start tackling the dining room while we're working on the living room. Heating and cooling is going to show up this week, and I have a funny feeling they're going to ransack the house, putting in a lot of ductwork and just a lot of what we need, and they're going to go into that dreaded basement, and the hole in the floor that's actually in the hallway is where they're going to put down the new furnace that's going to be going into the house. This week is going to be crazy in this house, but I'm going to try to still tackle projects as we go and kind of just stay out of their way. So I thought I'd give you a quick sneak peek into what I'm dealing with over here. Let me know if you do find things online that are either new or secondhand, like vintage or antique finds. Where do you look? Because I'm going to be looking for a few other things that I want to put in the house. I need to get ordering them because things are taking so long to arrive. Keep in mind, I'm going to be doing bathroom, kitchen, living room, dining room, as well as the bedrooms upstairs, and we have large foyer hallways. So lots of spaces to be able to put things, and I want these things to be spectacular. I don't want to just grab things just because I can't access anything else at the stores right now. A little sneak peek into my hoarding room right now. I will see you on the next video.